Alright, so this is it'll be podcast episode number 11, because we had episode 6, which was 2 parts. So it's our 12th podcast, but it's number 11. Should quickly just mention, I guess it's sort of a Dud Cast episode, I don't know. We have Joel's twin in, Thomas.
How's it going? I'm happy to be back.
Big fan of the show. We're a big fan of his, so he's back in.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll try.
Well, I just want to butt in real quick. I don't want to call this a Dud Cast because we don't have a 4th mic currently set up, but we will if you go over to titancastnetwork.com and vote for us. You can vote once a day until the end of the month. And also want to give a quick shout out to Emma for saying she liked our last episode, Maddie for saying good job. She's just been supportive, and same with Pierre. Yeah, actually, I messaged him. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Pierre.
Happy birthday, Pierre.
Happy birthday, Pierre.
Yeah, this will be a bit late for when it comes out, but
At time of recording, Pierre's birthday.
he said we're entertaining.
Yeah, good shit.
And yeah, I think that's everyone.
It's nothing new though, is it?
And shout out to the bloke that recognised Josh from the podcast.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Fucking
let's start with
unreal.
that.
Yeah, tell that story.
So obviously I work at a local bar, and so I'm just doing my thing the other day, and someone who works with Joel or somehow knows Joel, I think it's through work. He comes up to the bar as I'm just sort of cleaning up, and he goes, "Oh, like, are you Josh from the podcast with like Joel and Aiden?" And I was like, "Oh, like, yeah, man, yeah, like that's me. Like, how do you know what's going on?" Oh, like, you couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I was walking around for like the next 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, this is real."
Dick around,
Like he had something up his ass.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh wow, like this is real." So yeah, like, thank you, dude.
Thank you, kind citizen.
And if it was Steve, which I can only assume it was, he was also the one behind he recommended us to talk about Area 51 as well. If you did listen to the episode we were talking before, like, fuck, someone told us to listen to this. It was him. We found out it was him.
I like Steve already.
Yeah, Steve's the man.
Steve is a good guy.
All right, Josh.
Again.
Next story. Go.
All right, so it's nothing super fancy or all that funny. But anyway, the fuel light came on in the van yesterday as I was driving around.
You let that get low too, eh?
Oh yeah, all the time. Anyway, so anyway, on my way home from work yesterday, I was like, look, I just want to head home. I'm cooking dinner tonight. I don't really want to stop and fill up the van or anything. So just took it home, sort of forgot about it, and then woke up this morning, went to tech, drove around a little bit, and the fuel light's still on, and I'm just watching the fuel gauge inch like closer and closer to the actual empty, because you can get it a little below like the bar and into the actual E.
That's so fucking bad for your van, mate.
Anyway, so
fumes.
This is the fun bit. I was on my way. Well, I jumped out of got out of class, and was started driving home today. And miraculously, like, even despite the traffic, the stopping and starting, I've made it to the fuel station on the way home. And the van's got a 60-litre tank, right? When I filled up to 61.5 litres.
Yeah.
So, like...
Okay, I know what you're going to say here.
I must have been miraculously close to being empty.
Your fuel lines must have been just empty.
Like,
you must have just rolled in.
It's so...
Yeah.
The condensate in like the injectors or something. Just
It's so bad for like your fuel pump, because that's what lubricates. Like, the petrol is what lubricates your fuel pump.
yeah. Any pump running dry, it's bad.
Well, I mean, I made it, didn't I?
Not his van.
Car
so
didn't break down.
technically not his.
It's because it's a Toyota. Built to last.
Outstanding.
It's our first sponsored podcast.
I wish. If only we
Go to any Toyota dealership and you get, say you're from Wayo Central, and you get 10% off your first car.
Use code WALK10. I saw a green Toyota getting around it, and it didn't have like the TO, and they replaced the last T with a D, so it just said Yoda on the back.
Mad dog.
It was disgusting.
On I've got a small story. So, I have this friend who, a little bit older than me, or us, getting sort of into the dating scene a little bit. And he planned to go on a date with this girl. So last week, he planned to go on a date with this girl this Tuesday, right? And we, had a bit of a chat at work. He's like, yeah, pretty keen. I get into work on Monday and I go, mate, how's your weekend? And he goes, yeah, not too bad. Went out to the city. I was like, oh yeah, nice to get on the beers and stuff. He said, yeah, had a bit of a big one. I was like, oh yeah. I said, anything else? He goes, like, I didn't really say it awkwardly. I was just like, oh yeah, so cool. He goes, yeah, you know that girl who I'm meant to go on a date with tomorrow? I went, yeah. He goes, I ran into her out at the club. I was like, oh yeah, cool. He went, yeah, ended up taking her home. I was like, that is outstanding. And he goes, yeah. I was like, so you go on your date on Tuesday? He goes, nah, don't worry. I was like, what? Like, he's a good dude. He's actually sort of after a relationship. And he goes, nah, look, it sucks that it took all that for me to figure out that, nah, she's not my type. But she's just not for me. Like, he just thinks they're not compatible. But anyway, she didn't message him either, so must feel the same way. It must have just been a mutual...
They've fallen for the classic blunder. They've had their dessert before they had dinner.
Yeah,
They just didn't work it out.
I skipped to the end of the book.
Yeah.
Surely you wouldn't just message the other one out of like spite, even though you didn't want to like see him again, but they haven't messaged back. You're like, fuck, was I really that bad?
Was that all I was? Cheap root to you.
Just a piece of meat. Anybody else? Can I go?
Yeah, fucking
go for it.
rock it.
All right. Well, I think I was scrolling down the Snapchat news feeds again, and you see all the memes on Facebook about like when you tell your parents that you're over at a friend's house but you're fucking dying from alcohol poisoning out in the field. I thought to myself, I always thought our experiences were special. Mum, you might listen to this, so yes, we have gotten drunk and like passed out in the field.
I actually haven't.
Well, that nearly makes you unique then, because I thought that experience was special. But it just turns out everybody's done the same thing. Like, every fun memory you've had, everybody else has fucking done it.
We're all basic.
Yeah, exactly. Which is really upsetting. I thought that's what, like, separated us apart from, like, all these other groups. But no.
I've come to terms with that a long time ago. That I'm just average.
Mediocre. I'm a 5 in every way. Like, I'm probably a 5 in intelligence.
I'd go 4.5 for myself.
Yeah, I want to say I'm a 5.5 upstairs, and then looks wise I'm a 4.5. So I average out to 5. Like, yeah,
Not too bad.
You read like cool biographies, and I go, fuck,
They've lived a life.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Do you read biographies though?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I read a biography.
I do.
When was the last time you read that?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do you
Today.
read?
Kindergarten, when you got kicked out for eating the crayons.
Hey, there's a difference between eating them and just
Suck
shoving
it
them in.
And shoving them up your back.
Also, another one. So, spag bowl, spaghetti bolognese. Pretty common household dish. But have you ever, like, everybody likes how their parents cook it for them?
I don't.
Well,
Nah, me neither.
You're a fucking wild then.
Sorry,
Well,
Mum and Dad, but it's just a fact.
Okay, so you grow up on
Mum
that.
cooks about...
Cobble pot.
No, fuck, I know Mum listens to this, but Mum does a rockin' chicken schnitty, like canned rocket chicken schnitty. Mum does a good roast pork, and that's pretty much my list of stuff I think my mum cooks, like, exceptionally well.
Alright, well, I'll talk to my brother then, Thomas. You know, Mum's bolognese.
Yeah, unreal.
Every time we fucking have it, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Put like twice as much cheese in it than there is spaghetti and bolognese.
Eat it until you're sick.
And it like becomes into a paste and you shove it in you. And it's delicious, but you ever go over to someone's house and like, oh, what are you having dinner? And they're like, spag bowl, and you get real excited. And then it's just fucking awful.
Yeah.
It's different.
I hate that, yeah.
You can't just grow up, but it's only with spag bowl. Like, other dishes they might cook different, but if I have a spag bowl at someone's house and it's not my mum's, it's just fucking disgusting.
You're right. It's particularly applicable. I don't want to say to spag bowl, but to pasta.
But ooh.
Yeah,
like
because
all sort of part. Like
it's
just
similar works with
tortellini and-
lasagna and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's 100%.
Mum's a bit weird with cooking pasta actually. Like maybe I'm weird. She gets the cheese sauce. Like I'm like, yeah, what? Ask what I want. I was like, yeah, some fettuccine carbonara, but she doesn't get fettuccine. The shape of the noodle 100% dictates the taste of the pasta.
I don't actually like spaghetti. Like I don't like spaghetti or like
Not a
angelware
fan.
pasta. Like I don't like that. I like fettuccine and I like penne, but
I don't rate penne highly. It's quite low on my list.
Is that
Same with the shells. Oh,
I don't
chipped.
rate the shells.
Nah, see, I do rate the shells.
They're
I
disgusting.
really
They're
like them.
fucking shit.
I'm real off ravioli lately.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
I
mind
like
it.
ravioli and
I used to
tortellini.
love it, but just looking at it now, I'm just, nah.
My favorite, I reckon my favorite's gnocchi. It was like that potato pasta. That's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
I've never
Yeah, it's just a
tasted
bowl,
that,
yeah.
I don't think.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Does it soak up flavour well?
Yeah, but I like the texture of it. Like it's like a nice little soft powdery texture.
I don't drink my own piss because I'm crazy. I drink because it's sterile and I like the taste. I find myself quoting what's his name? The coach off a fucking dodgeball way too much. And
It's like
Patches O'Houlihan.
yeah, that's it.
I only ever quote the one thing as well as, what is it?
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You gotta get angry. I always fucking say it to myself at work.
My foreman Reese, he's pretty shit to talk to because I'll be laying out all these sick references all throughout the day, and like he hasn't seen Dodgeball, he hasn't seen like any really good movies, and he watched Step Brothers like the day before, and I'll be making them all the next day, and he'd be like, "What are you on about?" I'm like, "Mate, you watched it last night. What are you doing?" Just laying that gold to him all day, and he's oblivious.
There's really only one quote I use from Step Brothers all the time, and it's so much room for activities. Like,
I like the one where they first come in and say, "Hey Nancy, can you make me a grilled cheese sandwich?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "No, don't do it. He's testing you." He's like, "What? I'm hungry. Look in your right hand." And he just you got bread roll in it. All right, let's get on to a good topic.
yeah, 'cause
What do you mean? Step Brothers is a great
actually,
topic.
Well, I did sort of want to have a topic about shit topics, just briefly touch on it, because I've listened to a few other podcasts, and like they'll be alright.
We're about to rag on everyone.
I'm not going to name anyone.
You get
But-
it? You got 300 followers.
No, but to be
Yeah,
honest, like
Instagram.
we can be guilty of it as well. And I wanted to mention that sort of, that filler content that the great podcasts don't seem to have that much, but little startups like ourselves seem to have, like those little inside jokes or those little shit
We're bad for inside
tidbits.
jokes.
We're bad for that, and we're also just bad for, like, things will sort of go down, and then we'll sort of have like our own little side conversation within the podcast.
Yeah.
So we need to work on cutting that shit out. That's all I had on that.
I've got a little cool thing I saw on Facebook today. I think it's Mason's auntie, Lynette.
Sorry, let's just stop. Did we invite the guest to fucking talk? What the fuck's it? No, great
Hey
stuff.
guys, welcome to the Thomas Show.
Fucking dick.
Oh shit. Anyway, she, by the looks of it, she plays a lot of Facebook games.
Dude,
Oh,
old women are
they
on
love
it.
it.
And no, like I understand or whatever. Then she's playing the game. I think it's called Coin Master. And
Super Wog, yeah.
apparently she's been she thought it was a random person she was attacking, but she ended up attacking the same person like 4 times. Anyway, she got a message saying, "Just mind my language here." He says,
No, it's we click explicit
All
when
these-
we upload it. You can say whatever.
all these messages in a row. "Hi, have you always been such a fucking bitch? You attacked me 10 times. Go fuck your son, you disgusting fucking piece of shit."
I love a social media blog.
What a
I'm
reaction.
in the right mind not to call the police. It's harassment that you've attacked my son and I.
Well, she fucking had it coming, but
And I thought it was
that is like
hilarious.
the Super Wog videos.
Did you attack my village?
Oh,
that's fucking gold.
hell. What a
Have
psycho.
you always been a bitch? Go fuck
Fuck
your son.
go fuck your son. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Did she post that or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
fuck.
funny.
What was the guy's name?
Shout out,
Get him
I
on.
don't know for yeah.
shout out to Andrew Marvel. Oh, he lives in Limassol. I don't know where that is. He's not.
Limseed?
That sounds like a
Limassol.
fucking
Oh,
breath mint.
Yeah, Limassol. No, you know what we should do? We should all make like an account on the game, and we should just start rating them constantly.
Oh, that one dude.
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
No, that's what manslaughter.
Yeah. Assisted suicide.
Is that what that is? Is that what manslaughter is?
Manslaughter is where you accidentally kill someone.
Well,
That's,
Well,
yeah,
that's-
essentially.
that's what I was getting at.
Old women love it. My exes aren't.
What, euthanasia?
Yeah. Fucking oath, dude. No,
Fuck,
just
we're-
like
sorry, Titancast. Holy
Facebook
fuck.
games.
Oh, I thought you said old women love it. I thought you were talking about manslaughter. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
what?
why I said euthanasia, like
Sorry?
assisted suicide.
Fucking froth on it, mate. Manslaughter. Woo. It's a panty dropper.
It's like
I
a big
hate-
game hunting.
Yeah. I hate those ones where it's like, you know, you give the third party access to your profile information, your profile picture, and
Post on
they'll
your
say
bar.
what your name, like, says about you or what's
Yeah,
going to
just like
happen
that
in your
clickbait
near
stuff.
future and shit. All that clickbait bullshit.
I love them.
And it just, like, feeds the machine all your info. But they're like I spoke to someone recently about it, and they're like, no, it's not. Yeah, they got it anyway. Like, whatever. I was like, oh, fuck me. And they're like, no, I think they're fun. I think they're great. I hate them. They show up on my newsfeed. They make me fucking cringe.
Yeah, a lot of older people do that, man.
They love them, hey, because
That-
they just don't get it.
that
Like, they don't
face-
get it's lame.
That face app with that turns your face old.
Yeah.
Russians own that. Apparently, they're just scamming bulk people.
Yeah,
Like
right.
Yeah, right.
they're taking like $33 out of their like bank account or something. Like I don't know. They obviously get their information somehow. It happened to me tech teacher's missus.
Jeez.
The
Hold up,
bank
great app,
messaged
though.
them at like midnight. It's like you just did like 3 different transactions for $33.
Great app, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say old women love it. Max's aunt was real into Farmville, and she's like on a fucking Facebook page, like Facebook group for people who play it, and she spent like thousands of dollars on Farmville.
Jesus.
She just loves it.
Just to clarify, Mason's a mate of ours.
Who we will have to get on the Dud
Yeah,
Cast.
without a
Absolutely, at some stage.
It'd be a shame not to have the biggest dud on the Dud Cast.
Yeah, that's what will make the Dud Cast.
Who's got something? I've got a little fact. If we wanted to.
Just
Yeah, go
fact.
for it.
So I listened to a podcast at work called Cold Fusion. Real cool podcast if you want to check it out. It's only like they do like sort of probably about 20-minute episodes, but they literally just seem to spit facts at you. Like it's just sweet. Like they just tell you a topic and they don't beat around the bush much. Like they just get into it. So I really like it. And they're talking about sort of how big is Microsoft and a bit about Bill Gates. But they're saying a tradition at Microsoft is for every year you work at the company on like your anniversary, you have to bring in like a pound of M&Ms.
Yeah, right.
A
So
pound.
a pound of M&Ms. So
Odd.
2.2
Yeah.
pounds in a kilo. But for every year you work there,
Increasable.
so is the amount of pounds of M&Ms you have to bring for everybody. So like if you work there
For 30 years.
Why not
30 years, you're bringing in like 14-ish kilos of bloody M&Ms.
That'd be a lot of money. I think, surely.
You just like bulk buy a massive, massive tub of M&Ms.
I can't see the benefits of Microsoft. The M&Ms outweighing the benefits of working there.
I can.
Is
Really?
it?
Dude, they're
Are they bad? Are they sweatshoppers?
no, I mean it's a fucking sick place to work. I'd do I'd do the pound of M&Ms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Sorry, I might have worded it wrong.
I probably
I can't see the
misinterpreted it.
M&Ms outweighing the benefits.
They should change it. That
Yeah.
like,
Fuck.
Okay, yeah.
The M&Ms
Yeah,
are too
yeah,
expensive.
you're right.
I'm quitting.
they should change it that you bring in a pound of whatever certain food, probably a non-perishable one, and you donate it.
That'd be nice.
You know, M&Ms are good in
I reckon-
very
Don't be
small
fucking
doses.
dumb. They should be bringing in raw fish. Just weird shit.
I don't want to say that any company's done enough because, like, you know, big corporations don't.
Yeah.
But Bill Gates has donated, like, he said he will donate 95% of his worth to charity.
How many
when he
MMRs
dies.
does he have to bring in?
Well, all up, because he started, like, his whole work now is just the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So, he was, like, the richest man in the world for a long time.
Yeah, for ages.
And I did have a topic on this, and it's about people's perception of you and how important it is. And I wonder if this is why he did it. Because he was not very well liked for a long period of time there. But, like, that was the general sort of...
At the company, or?
No, well,
Just
just
in
by the
general,
general
yeah.
public. Like, he was just sort of seen as... He wasn't seen as a philanthropist. He was just seen as, like, just this guy who holds the monopoly over, you know, the
world.
software industry.
Well, if I
really.
feel like cutting my wrist every time I buy chicken and cheese because it's so expensive, and he's sitting there fucking world's richest man, I don't like him.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's never, like... It's such a testament to, like, how you can change people's opinions of you.
Yeah.
Like he was full-blown, like, entrepreneur, wanted a monopoly over everything, and then he's like, yeah, now I'm just going to give all my money to charity. And do you think that's because, and I'm asking you guys this with not really enough background knowledge to comment on it, but do you think that's because out of the goodness of someone's heart, like, do we believe in that, or do we just think it's so people stop hating him?
I'm not too sure. I've read it. I don't know. It's from Facebook, so it's probably not very true. But like, apparently, Bill Gates said, you know, he spent all his life working, and he hasn't spent a lot of time. Does he have a family?
Yeah.
Does he have kids and all that stuff? But he reckons. Oh, maybe it's someone else then. But I reckons he just hasn't had time. Didn't spend a lot of time with him, and you know, he regrets it all. And he just reckons if he had his life over again, he wouldn't
Become rich. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think he'd do it to that certain scale. But so maybe, I don't know, trying to last minute fix things maybe, or
yeah, I've heard certain
He's
stories.
been doing it for years now, though. Like,
it'd take a toll on your mental health. Just knowing that, you know, the majority of the world thinks you're just like some rich scumbag.
but now everyone loves him. I've seen him on Ellen, and people are just, even though they played this game with him on Ellen, where he had to guess how much, like, regular items at the grocery store cost, because
That's hilarious.
He's never been, and then, like, he was getting shit way wrong. He's like, "Fuck, that's cheap."
What are you all complaining about?
Everyone probably hated it, or at least didn't like him so much because, like, in that sort of time, the people looking at his products and, you know, his development on the world were like people like our parents, or even their parents.
It was more because, like, the consensus was he had so many patents out, and Microsoft had so many patents out on technology, and then they'd bully smaller companies, so they were getting profits off fucking everyone. Like, they owned everything. They even owned. He even owned a good portion of Apple at one stage to keep them alive, to then draw more profits off them, and then he sold his Apple shares. But looking back at it, I didn't live through that era, but I don't look at him as ever being a bad dude. I look at him as being like a cool, fucking smart dude.
Yeah.
Like, he was is still properly fucking smart.
Like, he's just really done the same thing that
Every other company, big
any
company's
entrepreneur
done.
has done. It's just the PR. He just
Yeah.
didn't invest in the PR department as much as some of the other people have.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, you have a fucking page full of notes
I
there.
can't wait to see.
No, there's a
this
couple.
is Shit.
Oh, I mean, there will be some. There's a couple of things. All right, what do we want to start with? Aiden, you heard what all these were before. Did you think any of them?
Fucking useless.
I don't
that's
actually
good.
remember any of them, but I want to talk about the mechanical suits, and I want to talk about it because I feel like it's something that Thomas can really get involved in, because it's his sort of domain.
And I own one.
No,
No, like,
Sorry.
wait, what?
What are these
Go on.
mechanical suits you're talking about? Did I zone out or something?
No. All right, so the idea is like mech suits. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, there's things that you see in movies and whatnot. You know, just like, you know.
picture
You as a
sort of like
person.
Halo, but take it down a step.
Nah, see, I was thinking like the
Edge of Tomorrow.
go like right up a step. Yeah,
like
Like
tomorrow
Iron
was
Man.
it? What was in what?
not quite Iron Man.
Down a step from Iron Man, I reckon, is
So
where we have it. So
Iron Man
like
without
Edge of
flight.
Tomorrow, that sort of shit.
Yeah, see, I reckon Iron Man's too slick. I'm talking like,
Some bulky fucking thing like MechQuest back on the
Avatar.
PC.
yeah,
Avatar.
something like
Yeah,
that.
like
yeah,
that.
Nice. We got there. Hey?
I reckon it'd be sick to bring him into sport.
Fucking oh,
And,
dog.
like,
it'll be
like
so
have a bulletproof footy, but then like people are like shooting the football in midair to then move it around the field, like
It'd be like
just
the
massive tackles and shit.
robot death wars that have,
Yeah,
except with people in them.
Wouldn't it be cool? Like, I just guess airsoft, or have you? I think in the Dusk Till Dawn, is that the Halo?
forward unto dawn.
Forward, what he said. They've got training combat. They're like lethal bullets, but they like shut down whatever part of the body that they hit.
Like
Oh,
Ender's Game.
You get shot in the arm. You know you can't move it, and you feel pain. I reckon that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Little
fucking
sport,
oath it
like
would.
war, but not war.
Yeah, I would actually love that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Be unreal.
Fuck.
Get
That'd be
right
cool.
into that.
It's like paintball, but when you get shot, you're like completely immobilized on that limb. Or
Yeah, like you wear a suit or something that interacts with it in such a
Yeah.
way that
Yeah.
it locks that arm up or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go a little bit off central here, not way, but a little bit off central. Have you guys always been curious? This is an awful thing to say, especially if anyone listens to this
is Tourette
outside
real?
of Australia. No, that was fucking last week before. No, I was gonna say, have you guys always been curious as to exactly what it feels like to be shot?
Oh yeah.
100%.
I want to get shot at least once in my life.
Do you ever think,
I've
like-
just
Oh, we're
assumed
going
I'm
to
gonna
Thailand
get
at the end
shot
of the
at some
year.
point.
We can.
Do you ever think like,
we can work
I
this
could
out.
take it?
No, just like I just like to get shot in somewhere that's non-lethal.
Flesh wound.
Yeah, flesh wound that like it still puts me in some sort of heroic scenario. Like
Yeah,
I've
like
pushed,
in,
I've pushed
Day
a
and
young
Night.
family out of the way and then taken the bullet myself, but miraculously I'll be fine in about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm really after. But I just want to know.
See, if it was happening to me, I wouldn't want a flash wound. I want a clean in and out scar,
Yeah.
What is
back
that?
to front,
Yeah, like
preferably through just
Yeah.
through my hip.
Nah, see, I want something a bullet lodged in me, and I have to like badass take it out
Oh.
and then like corduroys it like Rambo.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, there's pretty strict gun laws here, and this stuff isn't that sensitive of a
Burnt
topic.
myself the
But
other day, actually.
if you are listening to this overseas, where shootings are a bit more prevalent, we're sorry if this has struck a
America.
nerve. We don't wish anyone to be shot, but ourselves in a non-lethal capacity.
Did you hear about
One time, and it doesn't affect work too much.
bit political, but did you hear? So everyone's trying to, again, another mass shootings in America. Oh, we need to ban the guns, and then Trump's dancing around that subject, and he's just saying, "We need to invest more money into it all comes down to mental health and all that type of stuff."
Yeah, he was
Everyone's
blaming
like-
mental health and video games and
Video
like
games.
mass multimedia.
And then
Okay,
there's
I
that-
can put it down to.
It's like
put
3% each.
I'll
Of them.
put some of the blame. No, I'd put a big amount of blame on mental health.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any of it stems from video games because,
It's-
like, I played enough Grand Theft Auto and still didn't kill anyone. Like,
completely get rid of bullying, racism, and all that stuff, especially in younger ages. And I'm sure over 50% of their shootings did go down.
I listened to the Joe Rogan with Bernie Sanders podcast today, and Bernie Sanders, just in case you guys don't know, he's another electoral candidate in the States.
I thought it was the Colonel.
He's still
He's big on like banning assault weapons over there, but is sort of like
Oh,
you
so
know
like
what,
all
and he's
semi-automatic.
like, look, I'm not into drugs, but marijuana's probably all right. We need to have like a Medicare and a health system over there, like sort of what Canada's got and what we've got here. It bugs me to know that he probably won't be president. Like he could fix the lot, I
Yeah.
reckon. But well, maybe he couldn't. But at least what he's saying aligns with what
Should be.
what I could comfortably say the four of us in this room believe in.
Jeebus.
Trump's just a
Sorry.
like
another
until this gun control thing, I was like, you know what? There's been worse people than Trump, and now I'm like, nah, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh, I saw that one of the shooters. He was like a part of he was a singer for a metal band, and he was just singing about like, well, obviously metal's pretty dark. And he was just singing about like everything he did, like a month before he did it.
So what we're saying is we got a warning,
I was listening to the radio today, and
but don't wear shorts. Yet.
they were selling
It's embarrassing.
Nazi artifacts from World War Two, and a ring got sold for I think $1,100 and a Nazi like police uniform for $550, and what like German people were not happy with this, saying like
Got too cheap.
But the person who bought them, it must have been at an auction, was wearing a black hoodie with the word in white "supremacist" on it.
Jeez.
And he bought them, and no one
Hold on.
batted an eye.
Yeah, because you know what? Who else did you expect to fucking buy them?
A collector, a museum. I don't know. Not a.
Or a man that believes in the mission.
That's good.
It's probably.
I'm annoyed that. Look, no, we
Half I
can.
didn't laugh at that.
Okay, that's mine and two. All right, keep that in. Please let it be known. Fucking hell.
Fuck you guys.
Actually, no, you actually don't look too bad at all, to be honest.
It's a lining. It really is. You get me from side on and boom.
Fucking
8 weeks.
yeah. I was about to say 9 months.
All right.
Thomas is bulking, by the way.
Yeah, if that helps, guys, we'll have to get a visual up.
Probably have to upload 2 files.
Thomas is pregnant with a cheesecake.
Might be a couple actually.
Twins.
I've had at least like 3
First
cakes
male
for every week.
quintuplets.
Oh
There's real pain behind that laugh.
Yeah.
God, it's starting to hurt. Yeah.
Josh, do we want to go back on the mech suits, or do you have something else for us?
All right, I've got something. I've spoken to you guys about this before, and I don't know. It's been a little bit of a funny topic. So
Your micro penis.
Joel, it was a private conversation.
It's a
Right.
macro penis. It's a bit bigger than the micro.
It's fingernail thickness.
It's the deluxe model.
Everyone's asking for it.
You're in tight demand.
They're flying off the shelves. Oh, fuck.
They're not flying off
I
the
know
shelves. You can't even see them on the shelves.
Wind's blowing them off.
Look, I know that you guys might
Air
find this
conditioning.
funny, but I want you to know if you don't, you miss out on quality. Like, this is
Someone's
fucking
out there
hilarious.
with a macro penis gone. Not happy.
Right into Titan Cast.
Hold on, does this count? Does this count as targeting a group?
Well, it's only a very small group.
Oh, that's a bit naughty. All right, Josh. Sorry. Take us away, macro penis. Let's go.
That's not the topic.
I did a wait. There was a meme on Facebook. It was like, me dies. Me. Hey Jesus, can we talk about something? Jesus, was it the? Yes, it's the fucking micro penis. Alright, go on.
Josh.
I don't know that I can follow that. That was good. That was quality content.
I think it was in your last episode you were talking about the Disney remakes.
Remix.
I guess in a
And-
way, yeah.
He's saying, you know, you've got the technology there, so why not use it? It got me thinking Ben 10, but live action.
They did that. It was a fucking trash movie.
Oh, they did too, didn't they?
Yeah, we stayed up
I
one
don't think
night
I
and
ever
watched
even
it. It was
watched it.
fucking disgusting.
I'd
I
like to.
heard.
And
I was,
he
I was
only-
really keen to watch it. Heard all the bad things. Never watched it.
Well,
Not
they should
get
do it again.
disappointed.
He only changed into like 2 things.
Yeah, you're right.
One was like the flame dude, and
Yeah.
it was fucking
Yeah,
awful.
it was actually. Wasn't it?
And then maybe forearms.
How good was it? Did you guys watch the Pokemon? Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Oh, what a
that's
film.
fucking
I
alright.
like it. But not enough battling.
No, real
No.
heavy with the techno pop music.
Real heavy with the storyline, but they should do like remake every single episode of Pokemon that they've made with Ash Ketchum, but live action. I don't care how much money.
I'd do
they
that
make.
one
Do it.
What else would you like to see live action? I'd want to see Astro Boy.
I never really got into Astro
Yeah.
Boy.
I think that'd be
What
sweet.
about?
That'd be a bit
Popeye?
weird.
I never got into this, but I would if it was live action. Dragon Ball Z.
That is sweet.
There was
That could
one.
be
There
sick.
was a live
Oh,
action.
no,
it
it
was
was
the fucking
dog
worst
shit.
movie ever
It
made.
was.
They got like the Goku character or whoever it was.
a little white kid.
The whitest dude ever with just like a wig that was not even on his head properly, like spiked up.
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck me! It was like a movie made from
Oh,
a
what about
shit college.
Yu-Gi-Oh? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be right.
I
They did it, Thomas. It was the worst fucking... No, they didn't.
You know what the worst bit about Queensland is? Depending on where you are, there is just like no change in altitude. Like if you go to Bundaberg,
It
There's
is
there's a little
I've
bit of
been
a
to
hill.
Bundaberg, and it is. There's one hill, that
Yeah.
little like ex-volcano type thing, the
Yeah.
hammock or whatever it's called, and then it is just sugarcane.
yeah, and it's just
in
flat
every
for
fucking
every
direction. It's shit.
When Tom and I went to Darwin, you fly in on the plane, you're like, where the fuck is everything? Like, it's just like, there's a puddle there, and there's a bit of dirty water up that way. It's fucking dirty.
Mate, we were eating breakfast, and we were there for like 45 minutes, and for non-stop, this homeless bloke was just scratching his head on the park bench.
Oh, it's fucking wild. We went and had lunch, and we came back out in the car, and it was still going.
Just-
This guy had like a platypus tail on the back of his head.
How good is the platypus?
What?
Have you guys ever seen one?
Yeah, they're awesome.
It is actually really weird if you just sit there and look at a picture of it.
Yeah,
They're poisonous.
yeah, incredibly
Little
so.
barb.
Weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
What else does a weird animal have? The cassowary. We've talked about that a little bit.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Fucking scary.
How much? Fuck the feet on them.
Ooh,
Even emus.
I know
Like, I
emus.
can get
Emus
around
are
emus.
definitely scary.
Do you reckon you could grab one by the neck and flip it over your shoulder
Could you fight an emu?
like a big sledgehammer?
They're just so quick, hey.
Depends.
And
if you can
like
get
such
on
a
top
little
of it,
head,
then
like
you're
you
right.
couldn't punch it.
Well, once it's on the ground, I reckon.
Yeah, I feel like
you could-
one of them like
You'd have
wacky
to-
arm inflatable
You
tube.
grab its neck and you just go fucking.
Yeah, I reckon you could bite its
Bite at
fucking
it.
throat.
Like, if I'm just like up in the air, like swinging my arms around like really quickly, surely I can get a hit on its neck before it can like peck in at me.
How
No,
much is it
it'd
going to
use
do
its
though?
feet. It'd just stab you.
Oh, that's true.
Oh shit.
Fuck
Alright,
that
so I'm
dog feet.
jumping. I'm doing a little bit of a matrix move. I'm spinning.
Yeah,
I'm kicking.
nice.
Yeah.
Wait, birds have feet? I thought they just flew around.
I thought it was rolled.
There was I think some girl was doing like a version on Triple J, Aurora.
Yeah.
So she's like Scandinavian. She's like, I had this little bird and it was all black and it kind of looked like a crow and it scared me because it made the noise of a little boy screaming.
And then
Was it a
someone said,
magpie? She's like, is that black and white? And he's like, no, it's just black. It was a fucking crow.
Yeah.
It was just a crow.
Yeah, and someone. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I was trying to do a kookaburra, so
That's a good owl.
the bird off.
I thought owls were like. I just thought owls were like giggle and hoot.
Oh,
Ah,
Owls are actually pretty cute and scary at the same
at
time.
the
Oh, they just.
reptile, I don't know what you call it, reptile
Zoo.
up in Gold Creek.
Yeah.
They got a barking owl there. I was looking at it, wasn't doing a lot. And
Flat out.
the dude who walked past, he's like, hoo, 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 hoo. And then the owl started doing it back. I was like, what the fuck? It barked.
You guys go to school together.
And they got these big black cockatoos in there.
Massive.
And
yeah, cockatoos.
they
are
got
sick.
like lizards in the bottom on there. And I just felt so bad for this lizard. The cockatoo walked over to it, stood on it, and just started pecking it. I was like, get off of there!
So spit that.
Leave it alone!
Free my boy.
Cockatoos live to like 90.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
cockatoos can live for a long time.
What's a beautiful sound, the black cockatoo, when they fly past.
And then
Sand.
jump on a lizard
They
and poke
squall.
it.
Squall.
Yeah, like a fucking pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Blue tongue. I always thought they were real little when I was tiny. When I was a baby. When I was a kid. Fucking little wee. Yeah, I thought they were just like little skinks sort of things, but that was just the blue tongues that I saw. Remember seeing that one at school? Just sitting
Yeah,
in
pretty
the
big.
bottom of that gutter. Fucking like a good forearm size.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking leave it alone. I'm like, why? They're like protected under rods. I'm like, fucking throwing rocks at it and stuff.
I remember when I was little walking
Oh.
in the backyard and my cat and a lizard, no, literally, sunbathing next to each other.
Yeah.
Lying side by side. Like actual little pals.
Um,
We found a dead rat on job site once and we didn't finish till it was sort of dark, but we put it just on top of the dashboard of one of the boys.
inside the car.
Oh no, it was worse. We put it in his smoko box.
Oh, no.
Like in the afternoon, I was like, holy fuck!
What?
It's like when I went out the back like a few months ago, and our neighbours don't really like clean up their backyard a bit, like behind their fence. So all these like mice live there, and this was a rat, and I was like, well, what do you have in your mouth? And it's like he's got it by the tail and it's just hanging there, like it's dead already. I'm like, put it down now, and he like chucks it up and just fucking gulps it in one. I'm like, I go over there, he's like licking his lips. I was like, there's nothing I can do anymore. Like, I'm like, good fucking boy.
When you get sick, it's on you, all right? I'll try to tell you. Whilst on the topic of dead animals, this is just some simple roadkill, but I just thought it was a particularly like.
Is this something Canberra pays?
Sad story. No. This is something Mum did years ago. We were driving home from the coast and we're going up Clyde, and the Clyde, for those that don't know, it's a mountain that's pretty like a few twists and turns and pretty steep, and we're going up, and we come around the bend, and I shit you not, 6 ducks are waddling across the road. Mum, Dad, presumably, like 2 adult ducks and 4 little ducklings, spaced out. I can't make this shit up. Mum runs over the 2 adult ducks, like on the right tyre, 2 adult ducks run over. The left tyre, 2 of the baby ducks. So I turn back and see 2 little fucking orphans.
Oh, no.
You went back and killed him, yeah?
No, we're fucking on the Clyde, mate. What can we do?
Oh no, fucking.
So there's just a couple of orphans just wandering around Clyde Mountain looking for Mum. Happened for the last 6 years.
I remember, was it you and I down the coast, Harper? And it was like duck crossing. I'm like, huh. And then fucking ducks cross the road. I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah, like
Holy
there's
shit.
this cardboard sign that propped up next to it, like a just a sign. And we're driving along and we see like the sign and we're like, oh yeah, like no dramas. And then we come back down that road, just a little bit after. We're just looking at it and it's like, oh, like that actually, like it's actually going on. It's crazy.
It's like a fucking refuge island for fucking ducks. I was like, what? How did they know there would be the crossing? How did they know? They must have been trying to cross for ages.
Maybe
or
they
just
always
fucking
cross at the same spot.
know the
and someone
migration
just decides
patterns.
to put a sign down.
We really need to go down the coast and try and kill like rabbits and shit, eh?
I'd love to get my hunting. Well, just a gun.
You know what was scary? Jumping off Bateman's Bay Bridge and the jellyfish coming up.
Oh fuck yeah, terrifying.
That was a big jellyfish.
suck.
I didn't think it was that big, but
And
It's the
those
biggest jellyfish I've seen.
Fucking
it's the
huge
only
ones as
jellyfish
well.
I've seen, really.
Those ones
Oh.
actually do sting too.
Yeah.
It's only minor, but
How strong is the current? You get off that
They're
thing,
fucking
it
wild,
takes there.
yeah.
yeah, it's a pretty strong current
I
there.
didn't know it was fucking strong.
Fucking quicksand too. That was
Oh,
wild.
that was
yeah,
fucking
that's
wild too. That was it.
And then someone shat in the water.
I think
A few
multiple
people shat in the water, yeah.
I think quite a few of us.
There
do,
were
yeah.
multiple poos in the water, yes.
And yes, I did throw one of my nugs at Aiden.
Which was classic.
Pooing in the water's
Really
hard.
hard.
Extremely hard,
It's fucking
but it's
hard.
also like the cleanest thing you can do. And you're fucking pushing this monster out, and it's just like a few nuggets pop up,
Yeah.
and you're like, fucking all that effort for that.
Is it like the pressure? What makes it
Yeah.
so hard?
Maybe it's because you're standing up in the water, and like you know how you're meant to bend over to let your bowels release.
No, I
Maybe
think
it's
'cause
cold,
there's
so your
no
arsehole's a
air,
bit clenched.
Like air brake. Your arsehole or something.
Yeah, surely.
So it's as if it's just continually pushing through your fucking intestines really
Something's
slowly.
definitely up.
Do you reckon shitting in the water is a bit like a water birth?
No, because I was gonna say no, because they get turned on after.
Surely that's bad.
Oh,
water
no.
birth.
Sorry?
Yeah, surely. What if it gets?
What if the baby just takes a big gulp of water?
Nah, that's not
The
exactly
idea
how it
is-
works.
The idea is because the baby's completely submerged when it's inside the womb, so then when it comes out, it's it's
Wants to
essentially
come
still in the same.
Womb.
Yeah, it's essentially in the womb still.
So it hasn't started
Breathing.
breathing, and babies have a dive reflex. So when they're in the
Triple
water, their like natural instincts like to dive, even if it's for like a split second, and then they just sort of slowly come up, and they like bring them up, and it's meant to just be what is it like, just slightly less traumatic, isn't that the idea?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They don't have a conscience.
Yes,
It's
they do.
slightly
No, they're
traumatic.
just fucking.
Fuck
They've got
off.
no
Who
memory
remembers
space.
their childbirth like, fuck, it was rough.
Lucy.
No, that's a memory. That's not a conscience. That's completely different.
And I guess
Potato, tomato, mate.
is it safer because that way like
yes, different vegetables.
you know how you hear about like
One's
umbilical
a
cords?
fruit.
There you go.
Umbilical cords choking them all.
Yeah, like around the neck. I guess if it comes out and the umbilical cord's around the neck, you're like probably in a bit less strife because you're not blocking
Yeah.
Really, airways, you might be blocking blood flow though, so you're a bit less stressed out and could probably quite calmly just.
There's really cool things you can do with babies to see how smart they're going to be. Like you can
Kick
I
it.
thought you were going
Leave
to
it
a
out in the
completely
street, see if we
different.
can fend a wild dog off.
the fucking walls.
Pretty sure they did it with Mowgli. Just chucked him in the jungle. And
The
let
walls
the
you can
raise
paint
him.
with babies, fucking unreal.
Not me.
Like you can pretend to drop them if they put their arms up. They have good reflexes and stuff.
Well, fuck. It's
like the dogs in the overrunning water, and they did a little doggy paddle. Fuck, that's adorable.
It is good.
Some bitch, a friend of ours, said that corgis were an old man dog the other day. I've never been more offended in my
You
life.
fucking bitch.
There's a
Cheddar.
hunting hound breeded for fucking.
Bread.
I'll tell you who's in the bread.
I'll tell you who loves some bread. Fucking Josh Harper. He loves a loaf.
Don't get me started on bread. You know what I bought the other night?
Some bread.
Bread rolls, actually. But good guess. It was bread related.
You know, it's good microwave croissants.
Yeah, croissants are pretty good.
You
at
and your
all
fucking
times.
soggy food. Seriously.
Yeah, what
Soggy
the fuck?
croissants are unreal because they're.
This
that
is why
light.
you don't have any solid
Nah.
shits.
Toasted croissant.
You're onto something,
Toasted.
but I
Does
don't
that
think
make it
that's
hard on
it.
the outside?
Sorry?
Yeah,
that
it
make it
makes
hard
it
on the
flaky
outside?
and messy.
Yeah,
Ah.
fuck that.
So
Fuck
nice.
that.
You want it
Fuck
crisp,
that.
a little bit of crisp on the outside,
Fuck that.
Nah, it
melt in the
depends.
middle.
The sog beats the crisp.
Yeah.
If I'm having like a chocolate croissant, I want it to be soft. But
sick
if I'm
fuck.
having
We can
like a
turn this
ham
into
cheese
two
croissant,
podcasts where you try and convince Thomas and I that soggy stuff isn't delicious.
That's like saying you prefer a fucking crispy muffin over a fucking soggy muffin.
I guess, no, your primary argument is dry puss over wet puss. That's all. That's the only way you can convince me that soggy stuff's better. And you've sold it.
Imagine
I'm
So we'll
talking
stop the
about
argument there, I can see the
imagine
debate.
talking about a vagina and calling it soggy. It's wet or moist. Soggy. Or
mate,
you're
Imagine
you're-
calling it crispy or flaky or
soggy
crusty.
soggy implies that whatever it is can absorb the moisture, whereas that sort of thing you're just talking about sloppy.
Who wants a sloppy Joe?
Honestly, I don't want
Can't
this
look
up
like
because I
sloppy
know my mum and my mum's friends sometimes listen to this. But we have to have sloppy in there, don't we? You fucking animal, Joshua.
Hey, I'm just putting a scientific perspective on.
Kayleen! Go get your boy!
He wants a sloppy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the one who enjoys soggy foods. That's these two.
When you were younger, your mum gave you
cool.
3 options for a kiss before bed: a butterfly kiss, a French, and a sloppy.
Oh, no.
Where she just squat on top of your forehead and just stab you.
Oh, he's a fucking parcel.
It did sound like when the fat girl off dodgeball got off the male cheerleader.
I
I imagine like a suction.
Yeah, get like an octopus mark on his head.
Big hickey. What you got the doorbell? Yeah. Doorknob.
Yeah.
stamps the forehead with the sloppy and then just throws him in the post box.
How good's that
Jesus.
movie 43 when they homeschooled that kid?
That was fucking hilarious. That actually reminded me of Jimmy Carr joke. He goes,
Fucking nerd.
I'm not saying I'm gay, but if I was, you'd totally be the type of guy I listen to. This is Dad saying that to
It's
this.
fucking hilarious. Go watch movie 43.
Oh, fuck, it is so... Have you watched Year One with Jack Black and Michael Cera?
Did you bring condoms?
The best scene, do it in like a medieval castle. Or not, I don't know if you call it medieval, but like Roman times
The
castle.
nipple twist?
Yeah. Fuck, it's funny.
Medieval times, and like this slave goes up to like a
got a
knife,
video.
and he just like twists his nipple. He's like,
Yeah, what are you doing? You touching his nipple? He's like, stop it, let go of it. Fuck it.
alright, so that's been episode 11 of Way Off Central. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you next week. See ya.
Cheers.
Well, Central.
Bye.
That was a Titan Cast episode.